All right, so today what I wanted to talk to you about is ritual, because what we're doing is a ritual, because we show up to it in a regular fashion. That's one way you think of ritual, as sort of repeating something. And the other thing that we're doing is activating the idea of as above, so below. So we're doing something in the physical to activate something that is beyond the physical, that hopefully has information that will bring healing to the people and pets with cancer and their caretakers. And I think there's two ways to do this. Well, there's millions of ways, but one way you can divide ritual, good morning everybody, is between living ritual and dead ritual. And dead rituals really actually still kind of work a little bit. I hate to say it, because I really find them dull and boring. But there's a certain level of consciousness and a certain level of getting stuff done that will work even if you're completely clueless, if you just show up and do it. All right? And I would say that most cancer cannot be helped significantly if it's a dead ritual, if you're just showing up. If you're just turning on the video and saying, okay, Suzanne's talking, I'll I'm doing it. Or if every time you are here, you meet the same gatekeeper, because we do this little visualization where we see a gatekeeper. We go to the little healing place in the and everything is the same, and you're just showing up and your mind isn't there with it. You're just sort of going through the motion. I would call that a dead ritual. And those don't work very well. So how do you make something that you do regularly alive? And there's two ways to do it. One is you can decide to do something different. And the other way is you can ask to do something different. And I find that asking and receiving works better than deciding and doing. Although both will work. And sometimes, who did the doing and who did the asking and all that. So, let yourself do whatever you can do, but you need to change it up. So, if you've been on, a lot of you have been here week after week after week, and I'm so happy to share this time with you. And I want us to think about how we can make it different for ourselves. I'm going to be doing the very similar format that we always do. I'd like you to think inside your heart, and I'm going to be quiet, believe it or not, for 30 seconds. I've got my little timer here, and in a second, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to be quiet for 30 seconds, and you'll be able to see the little sand going down in my 30-second timer. There it is. And I want you to connect with your inner guidance and really ask how you can show up in a slightly different way. Maybe you'll connect with your gatekeeper in a different way. Maybe you'll sit or stand in the circles in a different way. Just like whatever it is. Maybe you're going to clean off your desk. Maybe you're going to hold an object too, and maybe you haven't been. Or maybe you're going to change the object. Today, my object is this little amber thing that smells so nice. It smells so great. And I'm going to keep this by I usually don't have this. I like to bring out something that's not here all the time. So whenever I see, I'm going to have it right here on my computer, and I'm going to bump into it until Monday night. And then I'm going to put it back in its drawer. And hopefully I'm going to smell it throughout the day, because it smells really good. And even if I don't smell it throughout the day, if I get busy, I will be seeing it a lot. And that will be keeping the energy going. And then I do a little spin with my meditation that just sort of keeps the attention focused, keeps the healing going. So if you put your name on the list, either it's on the list already or you add it through Monday night, my Monday night, I live in New York, then that's the container for this. All right, great. Hey Greg, hi Joseph, hi Rochelle. All right, so now I'm going to turn this over, and for 30 seconds I'd like you to just think of your inner awareness, and if you can, type it into the chat, all right? And the people on YouTube won't see the chat, but maybe I'll read some of them, okay? All right, go. I'll be quiet. Just ask what you can do differently. right, so the different things that I just got was to, when the names are being read, to really feel like not only are the names the people in front of me, but they're sort of behind me too. So it's almost like I have support for being there from, because the people and the pets who want healing, we kind of help our healers heal us. So I kind of got that kind of visualization. But anyway, anybody else, do you want to share anything that you got that you can do a little more fully? Maybe there's a delay. Maybe everybody's shy. Maybe you can write it in later if you feel like it. Okay, good. All right, great. All right, but the idea is that this can become a dead ritual, and we want to have it living because we've got important people to help. Oh, and I wanted to just say something, just deepest condolences. There's, it's cancer, and people die, and animals die, and had 2 deaths this week. So my heart is poignantly aware of how important this work is. And thank you for helping me help. Okay? All right. Rochelle says, ironically, I got don't try so hard. All right. Great. Ingrid says to change the way I walk on the path. Interesting. And Ingrid got she wants to be backwards or hopping. And in Melinda, the forest and the pond will float in the air. Okay, great. All right, so see how you ask and you get these ideas. And I wanted to give another example of that, is that sometimes I do some shamanistic things. And I go into animals. I pretend like I'm in an animal. And I get a different vantage point if I'm in if I'm in a cougar than if I'm in a condor, and different things come out of me. And I also, I know this from people who know foreign languages. If they're an English speaker and they start talking in French, they have different experiences. Like it shifts your consciousness of what you're aware of when you shift your vantage point. So that's another thing, is to either like have a trusted spiritual guide with you, or something so that you can not rely on your own habits, because our habits are what keep us steady and strong, and it's what creates dead ritual. All right, and if we just have a new presence with us, maybe a trusted deity of some sort, or companion, ancestor, just whatever is authentic for you, maybe that's another way to change it up too.